If you're like me and you like LEGO Knights and you build a lot of medieval themed stuff, you may often find yourself needing a place to store your knight's weapons. And that is where a weapons rack comes in, and in this video I'm going to show you how to build a pretty simple but nice looking one. And I'll show you how to do it in a way that allows you to easily remove it from your builds, just in case you need to move it or get into the space to add some extra details. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So this thing is going to be built in two sections, so I'll go ahead and show you how to build the front first, then we'll do the back, and then we'll connect them together. So to build the front section, the main thing here is that you will need 6 of these 1x1 bricks with clips on the sides. I'm personally building this out of brown to simulate wood, but you can really use whatever colors you want, whatever fits your theme. I used 4 of these kind of decorative elements just to add a bit of detail to the build. 1 of these 1x4 arch pieces, and then 1 of the 1x6 arches. 2 1x1 slopes or cheese slopes. A 1x4 brick. And then I'd prefer to use a 1x6, but I didn't have one in brown handy, so I used 2 1x3s instead. Either will work. So the 2 1x3s or 1x6, depending on what you're using, will form the base of this thing. And then I use the 1x4 to hold them together. And then just add a little bit of detail using these funky pieces right here, so we wind up with an assembly looking like this. And then next we use the clips, and we just place them on top of the 1x4 brick, like so, just in a line, all facing the same way as those decorative elements. And then the other 2 clips are going on the side, just like this, facing the side. That's how I got the shields to be angled on the side of the build. And then I just used another pair of these decorative elements right on top of the clips, so you get a build looking like that. And then just the other one on the other side. And then the 1x6 slope just connects those sides together if you don't pop out the rest. So you have that right there. And then the 1x4 slope sits on top just to add a little bit of extra detail. And the slopes just cover up those studs on the side right there. And that is the front of the weapons rack. Like I said, I used brown so it looks like wood, but you can really use whatever colors you want, whatever you happen to have on hand. And these decorative elements aren't necessary, but I just like the way that they look. And then these clips, like I said, are really the main point of the build. That's what's going to actually hold the weapons. As for the back, you will just need 2 stacks of 3 1x1 bricks. So that's going to build the bulk of this, and then just another 1x6 arch, 1 1x4 arch, and then 2 more cheese slopes. So you just place these stacks of 1x1 bricks on the 1x6 arch. And then just like we did on the front piece, you just place the 1x4, and then you place these slopes on the side. And that is going to make up the back of the weapons rack. So now we have to place these together, and you'll notice there is about a 1 brick difference between these two. So you're obviously not going to connect them like this. So what you're going to do is just take a 2x4 tile right there. And then I like to place it just on the front one first. And then you just take those 4 studs, line them up, and you place it right there. And you may be wondering why there is this gap here, and that is because of how I personally built the wall that I used this in. So if you wanted this to sit flush, you can just add like another layer of bricks right here. It doesn't have to be 1x1s, you can just put like another 1x6 right there if you wanted. You can build this up so that it's all flush if you want. But personally, to make this nice and modular and to fit what I built, I use jumper plates right here, tiles right here, and then what you do is you just place this, and then you see it lines up perfectly. The tiles close that gap. It lines up perfectly with the top of the wall, so the roof can fit right on top. And then it's easy to pop out with the jumper plates. And now that it is built, we can put the weapons in. You can really use whatever you want. This is Lego after all. But I like to put a spear on the edge, and then 2 swords in the middle. If I can find the clip, there we go. And then another spear on the other side. And just push it down so that way it's about even. And then the shields on the side, I just slide in using the vertical part of it. So it's just in like that on a bit of an angle, just adds a bit of angling and depth to the build. So there's that right there. And then I can just slide it right back on the wall, just like that. Just make sure it's lined up. There you go. And then there is the completed weapons rack. So like I said, you can obviously modify this build to suit your needs. I left the archway open so that way you can see through the window in the back. But like I said, if you really wanted to, you could add extra layers of bricks. This sits flush, have a shelf behind there, maybe like with some decorative elements or more weapons. It is really up to you. And I like to build walls like this, so I built this to fit in just like that. But again, you can build this however you want, just adding on to this base simple design. And that will pretty much do it for this video. If you guys found it helpful, a like is very much appreciated, and feel free to leave a comment with your thoughts or any questions you have about the build. I will be sure to answer. And if you guys really enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications so you never miss a new upload. And that will do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.